A horse, yes. A great wooden horse.
I don't understand. Will it fight?
Ah, the well-known strategy of putting yourself in a box and leaving it for the enemy to find. What could go wrong? But let's go back a bit and let's answer the question. Is Age of Mythology the funniest campaign?
That looked like Theris. It has been a long time since you sent him to the underworld, Arcantos. Fighting old battles again?
Yes. Old enemies.
This might seem to be confusing and random on the first viewing, since you don't know where they are, who is who, why are they fighting? But have no fear, I'll explain what is happening here. Somebody wanted to write a cool looking intro with fighting and effects and creatures, so they did this. Then, for it to seem smarter than this is, they made it a dream. Yes, this is a dream. And the first thing, Athena, it's very impolite to invade dreams. Like last week, I had this dream about Hogwarts Express filled with a jelly. And let's not go into the details. But if you would have appeared into that dream, it would make very awkward situation for both of us, yeah? Now, second thing, disrupting a fight between two men. Who does it? Who does that? But I will give props to Arcantus. If I was in the battle and somebody appeared behind me, unexpectedly, there would be stabby with that spear.
I still see them here.
You have won more battles for Atlantis than can be counted, faced opponents no other man dared fight.
That was long ago. Today, Atlantis' enemies live only in my dreams. I face feeble pirates now.
Is that what you believe, Atlantean?
Whoa. He's not talking about believing, he's talking about now, what he experiences in his day-to-day life. He doesn't predict the future, he doesn't know it. This is not a question of believe or not believe, this is a fact. He is not wrong, so shut up, you arrogant goddess. You already invaded his dream, you disrupted his fight. What more do you want to destroy?
Atlantis still has enemies, and you are still the one who will face them.
Any who threaten my home or my family will soon have a place in my dream.
It's a weird line to say. Or am I the weird one? Who dreams about their enemies? You could have nightmares about your enemies, but dreams? And dreams of fighting them? I don't think that's healthy at all. If somebody in real life told you they dream about fighting their enemies at night, the most natural reaction would be giving him a number of a good psychiatrist. This is our protagonist, everyone. Let's go.
These are enemies unlike the others, Arcantos. Do not let your guard down. Dark times are coming, and you are needed. Arcantos, awaken.
Admiral, sir,
Yes?
we've sighted land on the horizon. We should reach Atlantis soon.
Excellent. It will be good to see my son Castor again.
Wait, who woke him up? Athena? Or the guy? If the guy woke him up, then all is fine, and Athena's awaken was just for the show, for her to seem cool. But if Athena woke him up, this situation has a bit different context. He was just sitting there and staring at his face. And really close. That's a very high level of creepy. My recommendation is throwing him overboard.
You cannot ignore the omens, Arcantos. Lord Poseidon's displeasure is clear. We must help break the siege at Troy.
Troops we send now will be lucky to arrive before the fight is over.
And how silly will he feel when he gets held up on a journey, then spends several missions trying to help break the siege. Great strategic assessment, Arcantus. I expect apology next time you meet.
Even if they do, their only task will be to show the banner of Atlantis, not a task for an admiral.
It would shame Agamemnon if we sent one of your junior officers. He already complains that we do not pay enough attention to the Greek colonies. No, It must be you.
What in the name of... Caster, stay...
That one archer is a true hero. Like, he's alone and he's shooting the giant octopus, but six other archers are just standing around and watching. Yeah, reminds me of the good old school times and group assignments when the nerd does everything and everybody else are just there. And people say games that mirror real life.
Here.
Another message from Poseidon, Arcantos. His creatures help the pirates.
And how does that mean Arcantus needs go to Troy? I would understand if they had huge posters. Arcantus, you must go to Troy. In each of their tentacles. They have several of them. Now that's a very clear message. Oh, and Octopus is having, right? So they could have just sprayed that message somewhere. I think there was this nice looking statue in the middle of a bay. Would be prime candidate for message. Like, this attack could mean anything. Maybe they're upset because you're eating all the fish. Huh? Or maybe you're playing music too loud at night? Did you consider that? I don't think so.
Father, they stole the trident! What?
Yes, it was stolen during the fighting.
Did you hear the tone? Yes, it was stolen during the fighting. What are you gonna do about it, Arcantus? I'm right. You know, people have been beaten up for less.
Chamos.
There could not be a clearer sign, Arcantos. We are losing Poseidon's favor. We must act.
If I would not know any better, I would assume he's just making it all up. I saw a fish today. It is the most clearest of signs. Fishes are similar to ships, right? So, that means you must go to Troy. This guy.
I will go to Troy as you ask. I'm going to get that trident back on the way. Zethos! Take supplies aboard and get the men together. We're setting sail. Can I come? No, I need you here in case they come back. Don't worry. This errand will not take long.
Acanthus, are you lying to your son? Because just a couple of minutes ago, you were making a fuss about not wanting to go. So if it will just take a couple of minutes, you can just go, right? Right? You're not lying to your son, right?
Perhaps setting out on this errand really was all that was needed to appease Poseidon.
Black sails, port side!
And he leads us to Chamos, too. Archers, ready your bows! Prepare to come about! They're going to pay for insulting Poseidon and Atlantis.
You know, this might feel very awkward, like for me, because when I edited a video to cut out boring parts, this somehow happened. I don't know how it happened, and it's silly that I post exactly on this, but I was just wanted to mention that this thing about Poseidon, you know, his creature helped the pirates. Yeah, that's the line that was said recently. So why are you so upset that somebody's insulting the Poseidon? Just saying, I'm just saying.
Another time, Arcantos. Your luck will end. I will be there to see it. Your head will hang from my mast, Atlantean!
At least one of Poseidon's children still.
I bet whoever came up with this thought is gonna be so cool. Maybe it was in 2002 for an LTS, but let's be honest, this just looks silly. Minotaur jumping on a giant silly looking fish.
Favors our enemies. Load the trident aboard the transport. We'll send it back to Atlantis immediately.
Arcantos, by the gods! I did not expect Mother Atlantis would send her best admiral to fight for me.
Gracious words, King Agamemnon. And look at this. Ajax, I'm surprised to see you still drawing breath.
What are you implying there, Acanthus? Oh, what a surprise! You're still alive! Ajax, you have a nice friend there.
These Trojan dogs keep trying, my friend. Good to see you again. Who did you upset to get sent so far from home?
It was Poseidon.
Well, someone had to come and help you put an end to this.
Helen is held behind their walls, and we've had little luck breaking through.
We are about to change that. You have arrived in time for our final push, Arcantos. Get your men ashore. You can make your camp to the east, but be careful. The Trojans have some scouts in that area. When you are done, we will start preparations for our assault. Ah, and here he comes, Odysseus, a champion of Atlantis, sent to fight in my army. Join us, Arcantos. You know the famous Odysseus, surely.
I know of him. Your reputation precedes you.
As does yours.
Which one? Having weird dreams? Doing bad strategic assessments about capturing major cities? Greeting friends by going, "Oh, you're still breathing?" Ha 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 ha. That's your reputation, Arcanthus.
Are you ready for the siege? We could use your advice in planning our attack.
As the commander here, I have already taken care of the plans, Odysseus. You and Arcantos will take your armies and start the siege of the gates.
That's a fine start. What about the other armies?
Ajax and I will keep our men in reserve. When you get through, Ajax will rush his men in to clear out the Trojan defenders. Then I will enter and rescue Helen.
That's a fine plan. I see no flaws in that. It's simple, efficient. Take your army and attack. Then I take all the glory. Very realistic of real life too. Okay, I was making fun of it, and these guys know that plan is silly and it's gonna end badly.
Send word to Ajax. The gate is down. We must move.
Sir, the Trojans are attacking the camp. Ajax is surrounded.
What? Odysseus, we must rescue them. We'll have to abandon the gate. We have no choice.
We have no choice. Are you so sure? You have a choice. You could continue yourself. Do you really need to rescue the Ajax? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out ideas. Doesn't mean you have to listen to them. But you could abandon Ajax.
We must rescue Ajax.
No.
We've regained control here, Ajax. Let's rally the men and resume the attack on Troy.
Arcantos, Ajax! Agamemnon has been attacked!
The Trojans must have hit Agamemnon while we were fighting here.
Honestly, I'm starting to feel that the Trojans are the ones who deserve the win. Just based on their performance. Did they really do anything that bad? That Helen woman doesn't sound worth the trouble. And seeing Agamemnon, I think she left on her own free will. So you could just pack up your stuff and leave. A lot of happy people then. Me included.
Pull the men back. We'll meet at the main base camp and see how bad it is.
Curse Troy and those who dwell within her walls. They torched our food stores and tents. Even most of the ships. We'll be lucky to even escape here now.
Escape? We just broke down one of the gates. We should be pressing our attack, not talking of escape.
The Trojans aren't going to wait for that. Surely they will attack again at any moment.
Not if they think we've left. Poseidon is the lord of horses. In Atlantis, a defeated general surrenders his horse when beaten.
A horse, yes. A great wooden horse.
I don't understand. Will it fight?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Why are you looking at him like he's the weird one? You just went, a wooden horse. Yes, a wooden horse. Imagine, you're in the middle of conversation. In my country, foxes symbolize cunningness. Of course, a great wooden fox. Being confused is the most natural thing you could do. There is no story about Trojan horse yet. Why would he have any idea about what you're talking? Working with people like that is the worst. I can't read your mind. Ajax can't read your genius minds. How was he supposed to extrapolate that we build a horse? We put a man inside. Enemy knows about Atlantis customs of horse surrender. Then we hope that enemy just takes the horse, not notices the bunch of men inside it. They manage to open the gate, and then a large army managed to attack through the open gates. It's obvious. I feel for you, Ajax. I feel for you. But wait. That's not all. Let's assume that the plan is obvious and Ajax is the stupid one. Would it not be obvious to the enemy? And if it would be obvious, why would they not make a huge barbecue out of the horse? Because that's what I would do. Oh, look! They left a huge wooden horse with enough space for a couple of their men. It's an obvious trap. Let's do celebratory burning of it just to be safe. You will not feel so smart then, will you, Odysseus? You will feel very hot though. Eh? And I don't mean in I do mean in literal sense. Like a horse kebab.
We can have this done quickly, and we don't have to rebuild any of the siege. Arkantos, I will need your help.
Oh, they did succeed. Huh? Who would have seen it coming? Oh, me, because everybody knows nowadays the story about Trojan horse. But then they didn't. Yeah, so it wasn't obvious it's gonna work. So, Odysseus and Arkantas, you're just an assholes. To Ajax.
Where to now, Arkantos?
Back to Atlantis. This was a welcome break from chasing pirates, but I need to return home.
Well, pirates or not, you need to get your boats repaired.
You don't think they can make it to Atlantis?
No.
You saw that, guys. So, we got my answer to my question. Is Age of Mythology the funniest campaign? Isn't that hilarious? But actually, it is with the music. It is with the music.
There is a port not far from here, Iaklos.
I'm sailing there. I can show you the way and get someone to work on your ships.
And he strides among the treetops, and is taller than the trees, and his voice through all the garden is thunder sent to bring. What is it, Kemsit?
And he strides amongst the treetops, and is taller than the trees. I think I will need a while to process this. You know, if anybody enjoyed this, I'll probably make a sequel. In general, the campaign deserves it, because it's wholly up from here, and in terms of comedy, that is. And actually gameplay, not story. The story and writing is garbage, especially the dialogue, and that's why I love it. Oh, you can leave like or dislike if you want. I'm not putting pressure on you, okay?